nice. Now, let's see what we have discussed till now. We'll have a quick glance. Okay. We will just see it like what we have discussed in the previous classes. File, open folder. React new. What are the things we discussed, sir? We discussed till now in the topics list. We discussed JavaScript revision. We started with this. We learned React introduction. We learned components. We learned nested components. We learned props from parent to child, child to parent. Then we learned how to use useState, how to do use effects, how to do conditional rendering, how to do lists, context API, class components, lifecycle methods, routing, forms, controlled components, uncontrolled components, libraries, Redux. We also discussed Redux toolkit. We discussed the Redux and we also discussed the Redux toolkit. Today we will discuss hooks. And we will also give you a glance. What is Redux and Redux toolkit? I will give you a glance about it one more time. Okay. Because they are important for interviews. The next will follow like we need to discuss something like CRUD operations or Git and GitHubs and Firebase or TypeScript, and then we'll do real-time projects and all things in the next week only. Online, is it clear, ma? Online, is it clear, everyone? Yeah, now good. Let's go with the question today, brainstorming session. I think yesterday we discussed on Towers of NI, right? Yesterday, what was the brainstorming? Towers of NI only? No. What was the discussion? Yesterday we did brainstorm. Okay. Now let's discuss, sir, today's brainstorm one then. I think, leadership one. Okay. Then we will discuss today one of the classic puzzle in the web development especially, which is called Tower of Hanoi. Anyone ever heard of this? The Towers of Hanoi? Online, anyone heard of this one? This one will be there in the DSA basically, right? What is Towers of Hanoi, sir? Now, this question is very simple. Imagine you are having three rings. One is larger ring, then again medium ring. On top you will have medium ring. On top you have small ring. Larger ring, medium ring, small ring. I want the same things to go from A stand to C stand. C stand should contain larger, medium, small. Same, I want the same replacement from here to here. I want you to move like this. But sir, how do you move? There are some two rules. First rule, you should move one thing at a time. You should move one thing at a time. Second rule, you should not place bigger one on the smaller one. You should move one thing at a time and you should not place bigger thing on the smaller one. Can you tell me how to do that? Did you get the question, ma? I want you to move this larger, medium, smaller one into the C1. Okay. Now you should move one thing at a time, but you should not, move put the larger one on top of smaller one. You can tell me how to do that. Boys, why are you coming late? Huh? Oh, that's why you guys are late. Sit. Which class that is? Oh, sit, no worries. Now, one more time, today's question. This is a classic problem called Tower of Hanoi, where you are having three towers, having three rings, large ring, medium ring, smaller ring. I want you to place the large ring, medium ring, smaller ring in the same order in the C screen. I want you to move one ring at a time. I want you to move one ring at a time, but I want it all these three rings onto the C1. You cannot put larger one on the smaller one. Okay, that was the rules. Anyone tell me how to do that? Huh? One time, one element only, one ring only. Tell me, I will do. You should move one ring at a time. Okay. I want the same thing, Ray. Say here on the A, larger, medium, smaller, three rings are there, na? Same placement. I want it in the last. Last. I want you to place it like this. How do you bring it from here to there? You have to bring from A to C. You have to bring from A to C. How do you bring from A to C? You should move one thing at a time. You should not move two things and you should not put larger one on the smaller one. Okay. Take it in smaller one in C. Okay. Then medium one in D. Where do you put it as larger one then? Small one in A or C? B. A in A. Uh-huh. How many things happen? How many moves happen? Did you check it? One more time. What if you have 10 rings? Anyone in the online can answer it. If I have 10 rings, what to do then? How many chances it will be there? Now take it here. First, imagine I'm having only one ring. I want to move to C. How many moves it will take? Correct. Or imagine I'm having two rings. I'm having two rings. Now tell me how many moves it will take. This to here, this to here. How many? If it is one, you are getting it one. If it is two rings, you are getting it three. If it is three rings, online so many people answered it. Really nice. Now here you said this. Then you said it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when it is 3 rings, how many it will take? Last one. Go for 4. Now anyone online. Now anyone wants to tell? A2? How do you move all? You can move one thing at a time. B, you want to put it like this? 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, somewhere mistake happened. It will take it like online, as someone told, it will take it exactly 15 moves, which is 2 power n minus 1. 2 power 2 minus 1, 2 power 3 minus 1, 2 power 4 minus 1. In interviews, they will ask you to create an algorithm for this or create some program for this. Whatever the language you should know, on that language, you should make it a program for this. In real time, you should understand these kind of problems and solve these kind of problems using the programs. Is it clear? Online, is it clear, ma? Good. Then next, let's start today. Most interesting one and important one, hooks. Hooks. Terminal, new terminal, CD, React. NPM create white at the rate latest. Hooks demo. Hooks demo. React. JavaScript. CD. Hooks demo. NPM install and then npm run dev. Online any doubts, ma? Now I just started the application. Now let's go here, sir. Let's understand one by hook. I will tell you what is that hook I use. First, let's start with what is hook. Hooks. Hooks are used. Hooks are used. Hooks are used similar to life cycle methods. Life cycle methods. Methods. Methods in class components. Class components. Hooks are functions that starts with use and and used for different purposes. Different purposes. Used for different purposes. Now, let's understand different hooks. React provides React provides multiple hooks such as we can create our own hook also actually, but we will create it the multiple hooks such as use state, use effect. We will discuss one by one. Use state. It is used. It is used to update the state value. State value to update the state value and re-render the component. Re-render the component and re-render the component. Now, how do you use it, sir? Const value, comma, set value equals to use state initial value. Initial value. Next one. Use effects. It is used to deal with the tool with the side effects, it only it only run it sorry it runs the function after component painted. It runs the function after component painted. And it reruns the function every time its dependency see state is updated. State is updated. If dependency array if dependency array is empty, it runs only first time. Runs only the first time, which is use effect. You will have use effect, have something called callback function, comma array of dependencies. Next, third one, use context. It is used it is used it is used to take the global context value to take the global context value to accept the global context value. Okay, you will use context. I will write it here. Const value equals to use context name. It will solve the problem of prop drilling, correct? It will solve the problem of prop drilling, correct? Next, fourth, use ref. It is used use ref. It is used use ref. It is used to create a reference to manipulate the DOM. To manipulate the DOM. Noted answer. Const some reference equals to use ref. Const some ref equals to use ref. These four we already know. Okay. We don't know three things. Today I will teach you use callback, use memo, use reducer. So you will understand it one more time. When you use reducer, you will use the redux only so that you will understand it. And after these three things, I will teach you like how to create your own custom hook also. Okay. Use callback. Note it down. This is important. Sir, use params, use navigate, use search. See, understand this. React provides only use state, use callback, sorry, use state, use callback, use effect, use ref, use memo. These are React providing. Take it, use params, use navigate. Is React providing them? React router DOM providing it. That's a separate library, na? You go to different libraries. For example, if you use React hook form, use form will come. If you use it any another, package, another library, you will get a new things. Every library will give new reference, new use, new hooks. Those hooks we don't care. I want mainly the things which are there in this one. Okay. Now use callback. Use callback is used to remember or memorize the function to memorize the function such that it will not come any re-render, like it will such that it will not undergoes re-render. Now let's use this. Let's use it with one example, sir. Now, let's create it here. Now you will feel it more easy and interesting, and you will understand the depth of the Angular. Why it is coming? Oh, CSS changed their icons. Yeah. You have seen this icon. I think I told you. Did I tell you the story of this icon? No. For some people saying yes, some people saying no. This story is the Rebecca Purple story. Oh, you don't know? The one who really worked for the React, there is a guy who really worked for the React. Okay. And Rebecca is his daughter who died in the age of 6 years. Okay. Due to the cancer, something kind of one. So the React people, see the CSS people put it this color named as Rebecca Purple. Okay. In the memory of Rebecca Ellison Mayer. Eric Mayer, actually, Eric Mayer is the guy who really worked for the, CSS. Okay, that guy really did so much contribution. Because of the brain cancer on the 6th birthday, his daughter died. So they created one color. She loves the purple color. So they put one color name as Rebecca Purple. And they made that color directly. You can use it anywhere in the CSS. Rebecca Purple, automatically color will come. Recently, last year, what happened? Last year, December, CSS wants to change their logo. Earlier, CSS logo used to look like this. Earlier, this is the CSS logo. Now they changed into this. Are you getting my point, ma? So just to contributing them, okay, to recognize them. Yeah. Now let's come back. Now, I think everyone knows this, na? Counter program. Anyone have doubts in this counter program? No, right? Now I will show you the problem with this counter program. You will understand the React in depth today. Now go here. I am creating here one function. Const fun equals to console.log hello world. Hello world. Now I will go with the fun. Now go here, console. I will just remove this one, strict mode. Everyone say hello world came na? Why hello world came again? Did I change it hello world? Did I did anything in the hello world? No. But hello world came na? There comes to the problem. Sir, function is calling twice. That is one problem. The bigger problem is, the bigger problem is every time whenever you are re-rendering, function is calling twice, even though the function is not changing. But there is one bigger problem. JavaScript treats function as objects. JavaScript treats function as every time object is a new. Do you know that? You create 2 times new class name, 2 times you will get 2 different objects. Right or not? So, sir, according to JavaScript, this function will have something, some address, and this function will have some kind of different address. Both are same functions only, na? When both are same functions also, when you are referring it multiple times, each time when it runs a function, it creates a new kind of, each time it runs a function, it thinks it has a new object. So it's actually storing it two things, which is waste of time. Imagine now, now see this. Run it. Now total, according to the JavaScript, total 10 functions are there. Are there 10? One only. First of all, what is the need to call that? Right or not? There is no point to do that only. Okay. This is called, this is the, poor performance in our React apps. React apps have this poor performance because whenever you re-render the component, automatically it will call everything into the component and the functions will create it as a new object so that it will have more performance issues. Okay, I will tell you one real-time example where I will pass it to the child component also. But how do you stop them? To make your React app more performance, to increase the performance of your React app, we will use something called use callback. What we will use, ma? Use callback. Now see here what the use callback will do. Use callback is used to remember or memorize the function such that it will not go to the re-rendering. How it will work? What is the syntax? Syntax is const memorized function, which is equals to use callback. Here you will write the callback function, callback, and here you will write dependencies. Only if dependencies changes, call it. If dependencies not changes, don't call it. Online, are you getting my point, ma? Online, are you getting my point? No. So just put it in a simple note. Instead of directly doing it here, I will call one function increment. Increment. Const increment equals to basically it will do same thing. I just put it as a callback function here. You can see it here. I will just remove this logos and all. Now, sir, you have one button. You have one button. Whenever you click the button, it is calling the increment. And in the increment, it is doing the update. Right? See here. Whenever you are calling the increment, it is doing the update. But instead of this, what I will do, I will put this thing in the use callback. Cut. Use callback. and I gave the dependencies empty. Now I go here. Now count count value changing. Why did it changed? Shouldn't changed. Useback will return a memorized version of the function callback that only changes if one of the inputs has changed. Correct. How to do? Let's do it in this way. Child dot JSX RFCE. Now app is calling child component. Child component. Child component is getting something fun. I'm giving one function handle click. Const handle click equals to console.log hello world. Hello world. Now I will go to the child. Child will receive the fun. Child will put the button. Click me. On click. Fun. Here console.log child is called. Now child is not refined. Import child. Now child is called first time. I click here. Why child is calling one more time? Why child is calling one more time, sir? Did I call the child one more time, sir? No. Not only the child is calling one more time. Every time whenever child is calling here, interesting point is here, every time child is calling, child is receiving, child is receiving here handle click. Child called two times it will receive different handle clicks. Actually, you are having only one handle click na, but each time it will think different. Why it is thinking different, sir? Because every time when you re-render, it actually creates the function again. When every time it is creating the function is treated as an object, so automatically every time a new memory is coming to the function. And this kind of thing will create the performance issues. To solve these issues, you need to do two things. First one, you need to put this one inside the callback, which is use callback with an empty dependency, and Now, what will happen, sir? Imagine you are having first time something handle click, and second time it will again re-render. When you re-render, it will check it. Is this handle click previous one and this one are same? Yes. If this one are same, no need to do it again handle click. Take the same handle click also. Are you getting my point, ma? Instead of creating it again, it is making the same handle click. So functions, it is not creating again. It is remembering the function to stop creating. But component is calling twice, na? Component is calling twice, na? You want to stop the component also calling twice. In that case, you need to keep this all inside the react.memo. You need to keep this inside the react.memo. What is this react.memo will do? React.memo lets you skip re-rendering a component when props are unchanged. When props are unchanged. Now, let's go here one more time. Sir, in one component, whenever you click the button, you are having one function, you are having one child. Whenever you are clicking the button, child is calling. Obviously, child will come now. And for this child, I am passing fun. But what is the memory of the fun? Something 1, 2, imagine. 1, 2, 3. Again, when I click the button again child is calling fun. What is the one this time? Something like 1, 4, 5. Am I passing same function or different functions? Am I passing same function or different function, ma? Same function, na? But even though I am passing same function, is it passing as the same function? No, it is passing it as a different function. I wanted to pass it always it as a same function so that my performance will increase. How it will happen? Every time whenever it re-renders, it has to check whether the previous function and this function are same or not. If previous function and this function are same, it should stop it. If they are not same, it will again go for it. Now that is called use callback. What the use callback will do? Use callback if you use callback if you use, it will give both the times same function. That is the use callback. Okay, sir. But how many times child component is rendering? How many times child component is rendering, ma? 2 times, na? Sir, am I changing the properties? If you don't change the properties, you should not run the component 2 times. For that case, you will use React memo. If you use React memo, na, if component is same, it will run also same. Are you getting my point, sir? That's why I used both. Now, if I do it here, if my logic is correct, child, is child component is coming? Is child component is coming, ma? No. This will increase the performance. This will increase the performance. What is the point with, one more time, what is the point with the use callback? If I don't put the callback here, React.memo is there, na? What is React.memo called logic? React.memo called logic. React.memo will re-render the component, re-render the component only if re-render the component only if properties changed. Only if the props changed. Okay. Now let me tell you with one story, sir. For example, mm, how can I tell? Okay. There is one guy who will do additions. Imagine there is one guy who will do additions. He is the child component. What he will do? Additions. If you give 4, 3. If you give 4, 3. What he will do? 7. What he will give you? 7. If you give 2, 3. What he will do? 5. Every time you are giving different input, he is coming. Right or not? Are you getting my point, ma? But he has one rule. The rule is like, if you are giving same values again, if you are giving same values again, he will not talk. Is it clear? If you are giving same values again, he will not talk. But if you are giving different values, he will talk. Right or not? See, I'm giving the different values here. Here, 2 times I'm running the component here. Whenever I click here, there is no use callback. Understand? There is no use callback. I'm clicking the button. Every time I'm passing handle click. You think that, sir, I'm passing only handle click only. I'm passing the same value. Nay, every time it will send different values. Take it here. Imagine I'm passing the, let x equals to 20. What is x value? What is x value, sir? 20. Now go here. Fun is x. Here. Now you go here. I'm clicking this. Is child is calling again? Is child is calling again? Online. Is child is calling, ma, one more time? Why? Why child is not calling one more time? Every time parent call, every time parent re-render, child should re-render, na? But child is not re-rendering. Why? Because you are giving every time same number. What is that number? Every time you are giving same number, na? What is that number, sir? 20. Barabar? Any doubts here? Sir, you are giving same number, sir. सेम नंबर है तो react dot memo है. react dot memo क्या है? वो higher order component है. higher order component बोले तो higher order component will take one component and will return another component. This guy take the child component and will say, I will not give you child component if you give me same input. I'm giving same input, na? So it will not give. If I'm giving different inputs, it will change, na? If I give different input, it will change, na? Now interesting point, sir. I'm passing handle click. Everyone see what is handle click? Console.log. Is it constant or different? Is it constant or different value, sir? Every time it's constant only, na? Right or not? Now I go to the child. Now I go to the child. I take the fun. I will put the fun here. Now I'm calling it. Every time you see. Why child is calling one more time? Why child is calling again and again? I'm passing every time handle click only, na? Am I changing handle click value? Am I changing handle click value? Then why it is same for last time? Why it is not same for now? Are you getting my question, ma? Why it is not same for now? That is an interesting question. Interesting question. Why it is, sir? Answer is, every time you create a function, one object will be created. Function is a object actually. Sir, first time when you created, it will say handle click is object 1, 2, 3. Second time you are sending it handle click object 415. Sir, this is same handle click only, but every time it is sending with a different object one. Okay, that is the problem because function is a object. Function is a object. Are you getting my point, sir? Now every time it's getting, but now, sir, I wanted to send same thing. Why? because I did not change. I did not change this, so I wanted to stop. To do this, all you have to do is keep this inside use callback. Keep this inside the use callback. Now, empty dependency means only first time it will be called. Same like use effect. Now, sir, what will happen? If you do this now, every time it will treat the handle click as same only. How many times the handle click will be created now? How many times handle click will be created? One time. Every time re-render it will not create. Only one time it is created. So that one time only it will send. Now you go here. Now child is not calling. What is the use of this use callback? Use callback remembers the function. Remembers the function. So that whenever you re-render the component, it will not re-render it. Is it clear? Online, is it clear, ma? Online, is it clear? Wherever you no, you put let or const kuch bhi x value. हाँ, it's not taking any parameters. If you take it also kuch nahi hota. But what dependencies it is there? For example, take it here. I'm taking a dependency count. What does it mean by dependency count? Whenever count is changed, it will create a new handle click. So that means every time you are passing new handle click, then it will call na. What if it is not depending it? Only one time. So it remembers the function. It remembers the function. Next one. Also, I will note it down. To make child components, to make child components stop from re-rendering, stop from re-rendering, re-rendering, to make child components stop from re-rendering, to make child components stop from re-rendering when props are same, when props are same, we use higher order component, higher order component react.memo. Next, use memo, use memo. Use memo is used to remember or memorize the values or expensive calculations. Expensive calculations. Now let's go here. Same logic. Use memo, but it will remember the values or the calculation. It remembers values. Callback remembers the function. Now let's do one simple calculation. App component const expense calculation, which is equals to, it will take it one number, console.log expensive calculation called is called. Now for let I equals to 0, I'm doing some dummy. There is no reason why I do this. It's like just a dummy one. In real time, you will have it like something similar situations. I plus plus return num into 2. If I give this function num value 5, what will be the answer? If I give num value 5 for this one, what will be the answer? 10. 10 only, na? But will it be immediate? Will it be immediate, ma? Why? Because it runs the loop now. It has to run that loop for some kind of, big number. That many times it will run freely and then it will run the num into 2. But what is the problem here? The problem here is const result equals to expense calculation 5. Here I'm printing the result. Now you go here. First time answer is 10. Na? Any doubts in this? No. When you click on this, did the value changed? Did the value change it, sir? What is the previous value? What is the value now? Do you think it gave the same answer or do you think it calculated again? It calculated again. See the expense calculation. Every time it's calculating. Is it good practice to calculate every time? Why? Because that is running in loop that many times ना. Right or wrong? अरे पहला भी 10 है अभी भी 10 होता क्योंकि हर इच टाइम इनपुट सेम है तो आउटपुट भी सेम रहता तो कैलकुलेट करने का जरूरत नहीं so I have to stop it. To make it stop, you will use something called use memo. What you will use, sir? Use memo. So you will write it here. Use memo. Now go here. Huh? Why it is not taking the values? It should do, na? No. Instead of putting the function, put the use memo here. Use memo. Next create is not a function. Huh? What is next create, Ray? Why it is coming next? Use memo. Callback. Okay, sorry. You should not call it directly in the callback. Then empty dependency. Will it work this time? Now everyone see this. Now expensive is there. Guys, expensive is there. Count is there. Now every time I'm calling, is it calling that particular expensive calculation now? Why it is not calling? Use memo, remember that value previously. देखो use memo का use callback का difference क्या है? Use callback एक function को याद होता. Because here use callback remembers one function here. Use callback ऐसा नहीं. When you call this function, you will get one value now. What is the value you are getting it here? 5 into 2. 5 into 2 is 10. So this use memo is remembering that 10. Okay. Then whenever you are calling it, it will again run. But when it is running, what is the previous value? 10 है. छोड़ दो ना. Run आपको. Are you getting my point, ma? If the value is same na, it will not run it one more time. Obviously, if it is going to the function console should print na. Right? It will not even go. It will, when it will go, sir, whenever you give dependencies, here you give dependency. If I give dependency count, if count changes only, it will go. Here you give empty na, so it's like same, simple. Where dependency is not number, dependency is a state value. A set of values that there you will give set of state values, count or input or kuch bhi. Are you getting my point? Now see, here if I give count, so every time count changes, It will again go to this function, call this 5, give some answer and store it in result and then print it. But see here, now it's changing. But if I gave it empty, it will not. This is called use memo. What is it called? Most people will confuse with the use memo and use callback. The difference between use memo and use callback is use callback remembers the function, use memo remembers the value. How do you make your React app more performance? How do you increase the performance of your React app? There are three simple ways. First one, lazy loading to improve your performance. Second one, use callback so that the child components will not re-render again and again. Third one, use memo so that the expensive calculation values need not to be calculated again. So these kind of things are good practices to make your website more performance. Online clear ma? Online clear? Yes. Next, use ID. It is used to generate unique IDs. Sir, in function, which things use callback remember? Whole function it will remember. Function it will remember. Use ID. Use ID will generate the unique IDs. Const ID equals to use ID console.log ID. Can you see here? It comes something R0. Why it is coming only R0 here? Usually, whenever you are going with something called, here this is R0. If I use the same thing one more time, ID2, ID2, console.log, ID2. Now, what is the first ID? So, what is the second ID? But I gave same thing na code. What is the use of this use ID is, imagine you give input values in the form. For every input and label, when you are connecting input and label, you will use per and ID na. Every input element will have an ID na. People will not give that IDs. People will make that IDs automatically generate using the use ID. Okay. Or next one. Next one. Use reducer. Reducer. Use reducer is a smaller version of Redux. Use reducer is a smaller version of Redux. It will take const state value, dispatch method, which is for action, use reducer, reducer, here reducer name, comma, initial state. Same thing, complete Redux, you will keep it in one line. Sir, what is that dispatch? Dispatch will go to the reducer, okay, and initial state values will be given to the state. And whenever the reducer runs, automatically it will update in the state and automatically its value will come to the state and you can able to print it. Huh? 7 to 8. Serial number 7. Where re? 27. 9. Good point, Ray. Very good. Become mathematician. Nice. Now, same like how the Redux works. Do you remember how the Redux works? Did you all remember how the Redux works? In Redux, basically what will happen, sir? Redux, one component will be there. Component, someone will click a button. Automatically button will go to the action. Action will dispatch into reducer. Reducer will update that particular value into the store. From store, you will use select, which will come to this point. Same thing you can do here also. You don't need to use state. Without using use state, use reducer, you can do that. Okay. How do you do that use reducer, sir? In the app.jsx, use reducer, which is alternative. Okay. See, use reducer is usually prepared to use state. Same thing, whatever use state will do similarly, but in the kind of Redux it will do. How it will do, sir? It will take it here, reducer. Now, sir, I will take one reducer, sir. How do you write it one reducer? Function. Function. My reducer. Reducer. Which will contain state, comma, action. And here, switch, action dot type. If action dot type is case incr, automatically it will return previous state, comma, previous state, comma, state count, state dot count plus 1. And same thing here. Whenever you are writing use reducer, you will write it here. My reducer, comma, initial value is count, which is 0 equals to const C, comma, dispatch. Now if I go here, if I do this button on click, instead of writing here, you will write dispatch. I'm dispatching one object, type incr, count C. C nahi. State.c. Why state.c is not working? C. React limits the number of re-renders. Why it is going infinite loop? Somewhere I called directly. Here I called directly. Objects are not valid as a React child element. It means you render a collection of objects. Counter. Why it is not printing? See here, basically what this Redux one will do. One more time I'm telling it the Redux to the people whoever forgot the Redux. Redux is the basic logic. Okay. In interview, they will ask you Redux for sure. Okay. Redux. First, user will be here. User will be here. Here I click the plus button. That plus button will go to the action. Plus button will go to the action. Action will dispatch to the reducer. Action dispatch to the reducer. To do this, we will do use dispatch. And the reducer will take the state value and update it. Once the state value is updated, reducer will give this value to the component using the use select. Right? But without using this use select, use dispatch, directly use reducer will give all the things at one place. Use reducer will take it reducer and also will take it the initial value. Initial value is also there. Then dispatch is also there. Then C value is also there. Then go here. Why it's not working? Use reducer. Redux. It is used, let you add reducer to the thing. Reducer, initial value, state, dispatch. Same thing, syntax I used correctly only. Then why it did not work? Reducer you will put it. Function you create one reducer. I also create one function in the reducer in the name of reducer. And in that reducer, whatever I do, return, that value will come here. Then same thing I did now. State dot age. Oh, I should not write it here C. Instead, I should write it here state, so that I will take it here state dot count instead of printing it as C. State dot count. State dot count. Go here. Now everyone see here, it is printing in the button state dot count. Initially, I will give value 10. So just to show you the difference between this both. See here, count value is 10. Now whenever I do count value, it became 11. But for this first button, sir, did I use for this first button? Did I ever use use state? Did I ever use use state, ma? No. Instead, use reducer will give you a logic to keep complete redux in one component only. If you understand use reducer, na, almost you will understand redux. So what is happening in this redux? I will tell you one more time. First, inside the state, there is value called count. It is printing. Whenever you click this button, it is going to dispatch. What it is going to dispatch? It is dispatching one object. What is the object it is doing? Type value incr. Immediately it will go to reducer. See, you can see when it is created constant dispatch, it gave one reducer. What is the reducer name? My reducer. So in this my reducer, it will take the state value, it will take action value. What is the state value? Initial state value is one object which will contain count value 10. What is the count value? 10. Now you will go here action. If action dot type is incr, if action dot type is incr, then immediately return the previous state, and also count value will become whatever the state dot count plus 1. Initially state dot count is 10, so 10 plus 1. So here store, here no need to set up store, because store it's not global within the component. What is use reducer? It is simply redux in one component. Originally redux you will use it for global container, but whole redux in one component is called use reducer. What is it called, ma? Use reducer. You can create it your own hook also. In interview, usually people will ask you how to create it your own hooks. Last but not least, you can create it your own hooks. Custom hooks, they call it. Hooks are nothing but functions only. Custom hooks can be created as functions. Custom hooks are created as functions that starts with use keyword. They are created as functions that starts with use keyword. Can I create it my own hooks, sir? In real time, people love to create it their own hooks actually. In real development, people will create so many times, so many hooks. Now I will create it one hook, sir. Use Prasad. .js enough. Okay, because it's just a function one. Okay, your wish. If you want to take it like in one hook only, you wanted to put more other hooks. Okay, you just want to create it as a simple function, you create it. No, sir, I wanted to create it as another hooks. I want to use another hooks also. Then then you can use it something called JSX also. Both will work. Now let's go here, RFC. Now let me create it my own hook. Use Prasad. Use Prasad, what it will accept. Do you want to take any initial value? Your wish. You can take it any initial value. It's taking it as JSX element. That was the problem. Mhm. Now here, if anyone gives URL, if anyone gives URL to me, automatically I will take it here. I will take it here. Async await. You know async await? Try, catch, error, and try const data equals to const response equals to await fetch URL. For this, it needs to be something called asynchronous, and whatever the details I got it here, I want to store these details inside one variable. So I will use const data set data equals to use state initially empty array. Now I got it here. Const data equals to await response.json. Whatever the answer I got, I store it in the data. Set data I will give. So automatically this data will store it inside this. In case if I get any error, const error comma set error equals to use state initially error. If I get any error, automatically that error will go into the set error. And I'm returning here, return an array of data comma error. Now everyone see my function, sir. What my function will do, everyone, if I give one URL to my function, if anyone gives one URL to my function, automatically this function only will do the fetching, and this function will calculate what are the errors. This function will calculate what is the data, and then it will give you both, right or not? It's a normal kind of function only now. Same thing. Now I will go to my component. I will write it here in my component. I will write it here. Const data comma error equals to use Prasad. For this use Prasad, I will pass https fakestore.api.com. So I am giving fakestore.api.com to use Prasad. Then use Prasad will take this fakestore.api.com, will calculate the values and store that values into the data and errors, and they will return a right or not. Now if I wanted to print, I can print that data. I will write it here, console.log data. Simple. Cannot use read properties of null. Use Prasad is not a function. Its return value is not iterable. Huh? It's returning a promise. Oh, it's an asynchronous one, na? Then let's put it here. Use effect. Use here. Async function. Fetch data. Here. Fetch data. Now you go here. Why I got it empty here? I should get it here. The data values to be done now. Why I'm getting it empty here? But basically, see, something value is coming from there, na? See, the value is coming from that particular component here. Basically, use any hook. If you want to create hooks, people will create it like they will create it hooks which starts with use. Now, if I go inside this hook na, I am passing some value inside this hook. I used use state to store the values, use effect to get the values. Indirectly, it's like one function only, which you are using the primitive hooks. You are creating your custom hook. Okay. And then this custom hook name is use Prasad, which is returning the values, data and error. Whatever the values it is returning, I am storing it here. If the data is having the data, it will print it. If the error is having the error, it will print that. Simple. Any doubts, ma'am? Now it is coming error because it is not having any details here, I think. Now it will come products. See? Now everyone see? I got the products now? Right or not? I got the products data. From which hook I got it? Use Prasad. But what is use Prasad? It's another one. Inside that I will use. In olden times, what we used to do, we used to put all these things into the main one only. Instead of putting the main one, each one they will create it as a separate hooks, so that the program will become easy. Okay. This is called custom hook. What is it called, ma? Custom hook. In interview, mainly they will ask you what is use callback, what is use memo, what is difference, what is use context, use state, use effect. These five are important. Okay. And custom hooks, if they wanted to ask you to create your own hooks, you can create it. Okay. That's it for today, ma. And Monday onwards, we'll discuss something more practical. We'll do the real time works. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Online, if any questions, you can let me know, sir. Online, any questions, ma? Online, any questions?